Hey Daniel, hey back with Seduce Me. Last time we threw a successful housewarming party and then we were visited by evil devils. And apparently your grandfather somehow knew about magic because he had the house that he left for us protected as well as ourselves against devil magic. So I had no idea that this game would turn into something like this, and I am really, really happy that I decided to give it a try because I am really enjoying this a lot. Anyway, let's continue with us going to sleep. So, defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
Who the hell is this?
You're so important to me.
What the fuck?
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Okay, this is one of the demons. James, maybe, or Eric?
Please, let me love you.
These are the incubi, and I think the others were our friends, maybe?
I'll be by your side, always.
Isn't this Sam?
I can't imagine living without you.
This is Matthew.
I want to be with you.
Damien, maybe? I'm
I love you.
Sam again? What the fuck? I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. Oh, come on, it's not that early. Well, a bit early for a Sunday, but still. Take the chance to go, I don't know, play with the demons? In a friendly way. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Make some coffee. Decided making coffee was my bet in surviving the rest of the day. Why not? Haven't had coffee in forever. I got out of bed and made my way to the kitchen, unconcerned that I was in pajama pants and a tank top. I rummaged through the cabinets for a coffee machine and any makings for coffee. Surely my grandfather had some. A French press? Well, it's better than nothing. So I began to make my coffee. I checked my email and text on my phone. No new important emails, no text messages. I sighed. I quickly made my coffee just how I liked it and sat on the counter. But then I began to wonder, would this happen every day? I let the question linger in my mind. For a whole morning I did not think once about the boys or Malix. Everything was peaceful, everything was average, nothing magical or dangerous or unusual. I sleepily drank my coffee, so let the thought marinate in the back of my mind. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers, try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes, back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs, since these were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. I'm guessing the boys are training. Huh? I quickly went out to the backyard in response to the noise I had heard. In the yard were all five of the boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle with the other four surrounding him, throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged it almost mercifully. Yes, Sam is the best fighter. I'm very happy with that. Don't disturb them. I just watched. The boys were very much in their own world, focusing on the training they were all in. It was better not to disturb them. I checked the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry, and I am sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. Not really, you kind of cooked yesterday, but okay. Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I decided to make Cold cut sandwiches, simple chicken and rice. Oh, let's go eat pizza. Pizza is always good no matter what time of day it is. Do we have any? Luckily, we had some pizza in the freezer to heat up. Pizza Mars baked with love pizza, with all the makings of pizza types, including pepperoni, toasted mushrooms, and extra cheese. Just stop it, bake it, and serve. I'd have to get more later. Wait, we haven't gone shopping yet, have we? Our grandfather had uh, frozen pizza? Okay. I placed the food in the dining room. However, none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go to one in particular. The other part wanted me to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. Um, let's go it alone. I decided against bothering them. They knew where the food was, so I went to my room instead and ate alone in my room. It's not my problem. I turned on my computer and started to jam to music as I ate my food. As I ate, I began to think about going out. There were so many places to go, things to do. Ooh, let's go to the arcade. I arrived at the arcade ready to spend some cash on some fun games. I didn't want to be stuck at home on a Sunday. Besides, the arcade always had something new to play, no matter how often you came. I began to wander the aisles of machines, scanning over them to find a good game to play. I had played a lot of the games already with Suzu, so it was just a matter of finding a good one. What finally caught my attention was the crowd of people surrounding a group of machines. I got closer and peeked through the crowd to see Suzu sitting in a racing game versus two other players who were on the same machine behind Suzu's. From the looks of it, Suzu was losing, and that was causing her angered face.
You're going down!
I like how you're a jerk.
Kiss my Italian ass!
I stifled a giggle, watching Suzu remain playful under stress. She was adorable but feisty, truly a spicy Italian. I observed as Suzu finally caught up to her opponents and passed them with ease.
What the?
Jerk and moron, okay.
Hurry it up!
Later, losers!
The crowd began to cheer, watching Suzu beat out the guys and slide into first place. As the lights and sounds began to blur in celebration, the two jerks left the machine in a huff and Suzu stood up.
Good game, everyone.
Slowly the crowd began to disperse, leaving me standing to applaud for Suzu alone. Suzu smiled as he finally saw me, walking over to me.
Hey, what brings you here?
I didn't want to be stuck at home, so I came here. I need to have some fun after yesterday.
Yeah, man, I get you. Yesterday was full of tightwad business guys. I mean, me and Naomi were pretty uncomfortable too.
Yeah, that's it. That's why we needed to unwind about yesterday. Really? I'm really sorry about that. Suzy laughed and waved her hand in dismissal of it. She then leaned against the racing game and put her hands in her pockets.
So what do you plan on doing here?
Let's play a game together.
Oh, really? What game do you think you could beat me at?
I think we can do some major damage and beat our high scores in robot extermination. Suzu grinned from ear to ear, nothing for taking my head and heading over to the machine in question. It was cute to see Suzu like this. She was always the adventurous type, and I loved that side of her beyond anything. I guess that's what kept our friendship strong for so long. Eventually, we did reach a large machine, covered with images of robots disguised as animal mascots and blood. We took up our plastic guns and swiped our game cards across the credit slot, giving our credits to the game to play.
You take left, I take right?
As usual, let's go! The game quickly started up, and we blasted our way through hordes of robots, hitting more headshots than professional shooter tournament players. Suzy and I had played this game so often, it pretty much had become our go-to high-score game. We always kept the top 5 spots on the leaderboard for ourselves. As we finished the first level, though, we were stirred to see the new leaderboard at the loading screen.
Someone took number 1?
Oh no, the horror! Oh hell no!
We maxed that level, right?
Mm-hmm. Aw, that's a cute pic. Susie looked at me with a very familiar deadly look in her eyes. That's a deadly look? She was determined to regain number one, so was I. I knew what this meant: no deaths, quick reloads, and consistent headshots and Easter egg points. The whole experience in itself ran 2 hours straight, with the main game and its sequel programmed into the machine. Once you finished one, you immediately began the next until you reached the end of the second game. At least it had some cutscenes to take breaks between them. It'll be tough, but we got this. Susan nodded before putting her game card in the breast pocket of her jacket and readying herself for the next level. I braced myself for a long game.
Hey Anderson, let's make this a little more fun. Whoever has the least amount of headshots has to treat the other to lunch.
It's almost 2 p.m., Suzu.
There's such a thing as late lunch.
Okay. Alright, you're on.
Second level. Start.
And we were off. Visual bullets began to fly across the screen, slamming into the heads of multiple robots and causing them to fall to the floor and die out. One by one, Susan and I burned through the game like our lives depended on it. We eventually had a crowd form behind us, cheering us on and offering us food so that we wouldn't have to leave the machine. Most of them were guys who liked the girl on gun action. But some of them were actually excited bystanders, hoping that we'd take back our high score. It snagged a bit, taking breaks between cutscenes level changes, but remained true to our goal. Eventually, we made it to the final boss, giant black bear robot with red eyes and deadly attacks.
Let's go, Anderson!
Right behind you! The crowd behind us began to cheer as we began our final battle. Our legs were a little wobbly, but we were too into the game to care. All we cared about was the large red bar at the top of the screen, slowly emptying with each bullet we fired into the boss body. We only had a few shots left when someone called
You
out.
girls suck!
Really? Without missing a shot, Susan and I replied at once.
You wish we did!
Before landing the final blow to our opponent, the death cutscene flashed and played on the screen. The screen of the robot bear began booming through the speakers. Susan and I weren't excited just yet. We were waiting for the high score screen to appear. It was the final high score screen of the entire game, so it was the most important screen in our eyes. Come on, come on!
New high score.
Yes! Screen popped up, revealing our scout Ska as the number one scorer in the game, knocking down our mysterious Malik's place. This game opponent to the second place. The crowd behind us went ballistic as Susan and I hugged each other tightly in joy. It was like stepping over a major milestone despite only being an arcade game. We did it! Woohoo! The second set screen came up, separating Susan and I from our hug and delight. In matters of accuracy, I was better. However, Susan had more kills than headshots, making her the winner of our little bet.
Booyah! Free lunch!
Alright, where to, boss?
I just want some drive-through food. I've been eating way too many home-cooked meals, man. I need at least one unhealthy meal.
Oh, Suzu. Suzu's family was indeed an Italian family, but they were very self-conscious about their food. They were quite possibly the healthiest family I knew. Suzu and I left the arcade, occasionally stopping to be given praise or be asked a question about our gaming skills. We eventually headed out to the parking lot, where a decently used jade motorcycle sat with chains around its wheels. Suzu quickly took off the chains and took a seat on the bike, getting out 2 helmets, placing one on her own head, and ushering me to sit behind her. I followed her gesture and made myself comfortable on the leather seat behind her, putting on one of the helmets and wrapping my arms around her waist. So, Suzu has a motorcycle, okay? Well, okay, so I had driven with her on her motorcycle before, so this was nothing new to us. Suzu revved the engine and quickly sped out of the lot, driving into the streets towards the fast food joint.
Does Paradise Parlor sound good? I'd love some Paradise Nuggets and cheese fries.
Yeah, sounds good. We went through the drive-thru and ordered meals for ourselves before heading to my home. Suzu parked in the front, watching me dismount from her bike.
Thanks for late lunch.
I think it's more like a dinner. Might as well be dinner now. I really like this game. Susan and I laughed. It was funny how time flew by. Well, wanna stick around and eat together?
Oh, Nah, man, I gotta head back home and watch Francesca while my folks meet up with some bigwigs from the casino.
Aww. Oh, okay, see you in the school then.
Thanks, though. See ya!
See ya. I waved at Suzu as she quickly headed out of the gates and back home. I smiled as I watched her go before heading back inside. I hope Melix doesn't decide to target Suzu and Naomi since I might be protected, but they aren't. Suzu stuck around in my mind for a little longer than I expected, but I couldn't help but smile. The remainder of the night passed by surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. As surprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still I felt lonely. I couldn't let it bother me. I hate and went back to my room to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed at night. Felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. Whoa, I didn't have a single dream? Whoa. I drifted to sleep and woke up almost flawlessly the next morning. No grogginess, no aches, perfectly energized and bright-eyed. Man, how long has it been since I got that much good sleep? I looked at my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. Hell, hey! Well, hey, I must be lucky today. Karma owed me some luck. After all I had gone through in merely a handful of days, I deserved to get some good luck. Ecstatic for the day ahead, I turned off my alarms before they could ring and got dressed. However, my phone started to quickly buzz from an incoming text. Huh? Who's texting me this early?
Yo,
Uh,
Anderson! You're carpooling with us from now on. We're not letting you waste your money on a bus. Get ready and be at your gate at 7 stat.
Thanks, Suzu. I smiled. My friends were the best. I couldn't drive yet, and I didn't have a car, so it was awesome that my friends would let me carpool. I checked the time, 6:30. Perfect. I can eat some breakfast before they come. I packed my I packed my bag and carried it downstairs into the kitchen. I quickly made myself coffee and toast, not having time for anything big. I let out a soft sigh in happiness as I sipped my coffee. I felt great and I felt like nothing could stop me today. Come at me, Day. I'm ready for you. I'm not sure you should have said that. You just think it, sweetie. I looked at the time again. Time to go. I quickly rushed to the door, shaking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. Right on cue, Naomi drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed out the door and we headed to the school, talking about the homework and the coming day. We made it into the school without a hitch. Our lockers were in the same part of the hall, so we quickly unloaded what we needed to and got our important books and necessities. First incident of the day. Huh? As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the wall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. What? Ow!
Hey, are you okay?
What the hell just happened?
Who did that?
What the fuck? You didn't look to be such a nasty ass bitch before. Three of us looked back to Lisette and her gaggle of girls. Lisette had a look of complete innocence while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow. That is not the look of innocence.
Why, you little.
Suzu, don't!
I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lisette. This was not the only time this had happened to me. However, it was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was now obvious that Lisette was the mastermind just from the look on her face. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something. Stand up and walk away. No, I wasn't going to bring myself to her level. She was a bully, but I was not going to let her get to me. I had to be stronger than her, and only then would I have beaten her. I stood up and brushed myself off, pretending nothing had happened.
Anderson, you okay?
That was a pretty bad fall.
Yeah, I'm fine. A fall like that is nothing. I merely smiled at them, not wanting to let them know the pain rushing through my body from that fall. My arms were aching, my shoulders were pulsing, but I remained content-faced. I quickly gathered up my belongings and nodded to my two friends. Come on, we'll be late for history. Susan and Naomi looked at each other before frowning and Nodding to me. Naomi and Suzu flanked me as we began to walk to class, away from the gaggle of bullies. As we walked, I could barely see Suzu, flipping the middle finger to the group behind us from the corner of my eye. So, at first, seemed like we would get into fist fight, which I think would probably not be that much of a good idea since there's a chance that the father would get involved and there would probably just be a lot of trouble, especially with the company and all of that. So let's just stand up and flip her a finger.
Friggin' bunch of Lisette feet lickers.
That's gross, Suzu.
But it's true.
It's true. It's all OMG! Lisette is the best! Let's follow her around because we obviously don't have lives.
Naomi and I could not help but laugh. The group behind us, however, did not like Suzu's
At
words.
least my dad doesn't screw around in the black market to keep a stupid casino running.
Oh god, someone's going down. Suzu stopped. Naomi and I stopped as well to look back at Suzu, who was completely red in anger. Suzu slowly turned her head to the group, glaring daggers at them.
Fuck did you just say?
Oh god, Naomi, you grab an arm, I'll grab the other. I had to act fast. I placed my hand on Suzu's shoulders and gripped tightly, knowing she could try to push my hand away. Suzu, they're not worth it. Let's just go.
No, I think it's about time we taught them some manners.
No, Suzu, please don't.
Suzu!
I looked at Lisette and her group. Lisette had a widely amused smile on her face, which hurt me to no end. Nevertheless, I knew that fighting wasn't going to get us anywhere. Let's go. I grabbed Suzu by the shoulders roughly, pulling her back to Naomi and me. Suzu tried to step towards the group, but Naomi held on to her other shoulder. We held on to Suzu, fought against her hands, and we marched to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. Went to my classes, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Huh? A text from Dad? I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you're ready to go when I get there. That's kind of a surprise. What the hell does Dad want from us? I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Yeah, alright. Even when I left, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. Oh god, could it be the demon? The demon upping the devil? I mean, I guess the devil wouldn't really know that we have the protection. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I need to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. Oh god, Alex kidnapped Suzu and Naomi. What the hey? That's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and I read the signal disconnection error message. Oh god, did he get that? What, the no signal error? How do I not have signal? I double checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. Must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed between the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary, feeling their hands on me. I needed it to stop.
Hey! Don't dirty up Malix's prey!
Yeah, I had the feeling it was you guys. Either that or the Lizette group. The voice, which sent a fearful shiver down my spine, whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Kick her! Punch! Okay, punching power not good, but do something, try to bite her! I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb as I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of a car, then the outside in an echoey space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face and my bonds were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including Malix, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere for you.
How do you know that? I mean, are you really that sure that they like me? I mean, we've only been together for like 3 days. They could just be, oh, okay, she left, whatever. I'm just saying your plan kind of has a lot of flaws. Alex walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes. Ah, that ain't gonna work.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
Yeah, good luck. I'm protected, hassle. Fight! No way this was happening. Fuck you, Malix. I got an achievement called Fuck you, Malix. No way this was happening. No way I was going to let myself be a victim of this. I will.
What are you whimpering? Are you praying that the boys will come and save you?
Please, game, let me kick him where it hurts. Please. I closed my eyes and took a breath before snapping up to one leg and sweeping my foot across Malik's face. Okay, I'll take that. Ha! Malik flew to the side and rolled, rubbing and shaking in complete shock. I could feel Aries step back away from me, leaving me to look at Malik and shake my foot out from the hill. Wait, we know her name? Huh. Malik quickly hopped up and rolled at me, obviously surprised but irritated beyond belief.
You little bitch! You think you're tough, huh? Well, I'll show you your place. Come here!
Malik charged at me, dropping the gun that would never hurt me to the floor and reaching for my face. However, I quickly crossed down and slapped Malik in front of me, knocking Malik down once again. Dude, you're fighting a little human girl. Are you really not able to defeat me? Man, those demons must be weak. Seriously, you're getting kicked by me? I rolled back away from the fallen devil and glared as I rose back up to my feet. Just because I'm a human doesn't mean I can't kick your ass. I placed my hands in front of me before sliding over to Malix and slamming the tip of my foot into his head. None of the devils around us tried to step in, but Ares held out her arms, stopping them.
No! Stay out of it! Let Malix deal with it!
So the text is showing us her name, but we're not getting the name here above the text box. So I'm guessing they kind of started writing that in the text by accident, maybe? As commanded, the devils that surrounded us stood away from the fight. The group watching us was lost in intrigue as I stood up against our leader. I continued to kick at Malix to try to block my kicks with his arms. I brought the foot up before slamming it down onto Malix's chest. I definitely heard the reboard to crack at the impact, causing Malix to lose his breath. Oh my god, good thing we didn't try to get Lisette because holy fudge, we clearly can't stand our ground against her. What I didn't expect was him grabbing my leg and pulling it out from under me. Ouch, that's gonna be bad for us. I fell to the ground, landing with a loud thud. Oof. I felt pain shoot up my arms and run through my body at the impact my body had on the ground. I tried to push off, but the pain forced me to stay down. Alice took that chance to roll on top of me and pin me down, glaring and smirking down at me evilly. To try to get him off, the futility of this situation dawned on me. I was fighting a devil, I was just a human. I wasn't magical nor was I special. No! Don't go like that! Keep kicking his ass, you were doing fine! I wasn't going to beat him. You were! Don't be like that.
It's useless, woman. You're as good as dead. Bet you regret trying to fight me in the first place now.
Why? You were gonna kill me anyway. Fear began to consume me. No! Oh, for the love of God, please someone fight me, I prayed. I hoped that I wouldn't have to keep fighting. I was becoming desperate. No, this was going so well.
You have major balls trying to fight me. You're not even a man. You're a puny woman who's about to get what's coming to her.
Can I please kick him in the balls? Really, let me crush his nuts. What made everyone in that warehouse drop our fighting fights was the screeching of police sirens coming closer to our location. Alex smirked even wider.
It's time to have fun, boys. Make sure you kill them all.
No! The devils all seemed to get excited and started to walk past us to meet with the cops, but a loud finger snap stopped them and made him turn around. Alex and I looked to see Ares with her hand in the air post-snap.
Eris, what are you doing?
Enough, Malix! We've wasted enough time in this stupid town. I'm getting out of here and I'm taking the rest with me.
Okay. I didn't know whether to laugh or not. I bit my tongue as Alex got angry again.
Like hell you are. Boys, do as I say, or else.
So the devils are in a bit of a conundrum right now because Mom and Dad have different opinions on what they should do. One of the boys moved. Aries snapped her fingers again, causing the boys to rush back past her and out another way from the warehouse. Looks like Mommy wins. Sorry, Malix.
Malix, it's over. You can't even beat a human girl. You're losing your powers. Lower devils only follow higher ups that actually have power.
Oops. So you just got very humiliated, Malix, with all your little demons watching. Looks like you lost them. Sorry, honey.
Shut your mouth!
Malik summoned his gun to his hand and shot multiple times at Ares, who somehow managed to teleport away from the shooting line and reappear by us. She shook her head, letting out a sigh before grabbing Malik by the neck and pulling him off of me. Malik started to choke as Ares stared coldly at him.
All this for a bunch of pretty boys. You must be stupid and desperate.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much accurate. Ares looked at me, making me tense up.
Human, I suggest heading home to your pretty boys. You don't want to get involved in a supernatural investigation. It's a pain in the ass.
Thanks for the suggestion, Ares. She then turned back to Malik, glaring daggers into him as he glared back at her.
You really think women are weak? Let me fix that, sweetie.
Oh, that's right. He called us weak because we were a woman. Oh, yeah. Harris definitely did not like that. I'm betting. Malik is in deep trouble. Serves you right, mister. And with that, Ares vanished into the shadows, taking Malik with her. As I was left alone, the police siren stopped. I looked over to the open path to see the incubi with the large police siren megaphone staring at me in surprise.
Where is he? I swear I'm gonna.
Too late, I already kicked him. He's gone. Ares took him and laughed. I won't be coming back. It was also surreal. I was helped by a devil. But I quickly shook off the feeling. I was alive and that was all that mattered. I fought to stay alive and there I was. The boys tried to question him, but James cleared his throat, catching the attention of his brothers and me.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
Altogether, we began to walk out of the warehouse back home. There was no way in hell anyone was going to find out about this. It was over. Alex was gone and the boys were finally safe. This is going to be the end of the game? A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until after Malix was defeated. That was our deal. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
I looked at Damien knowing he could read my mind and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, bed sounds good. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
No! The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation ate the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered the deal and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. However, I knew my answer. I couldn't keep them here. I knew I couldn't. They were demons and I was a human. I need to deal with my own life beyond anything else. If the boys stayed, my life would become more complicated. No! I think that would be best. No! James nodded in agreement, giving a professional tone in his voice as he replied to
Then
me.
we will be gone before you wake, miss. Thank you for letting us stay here as long as we did.
No! Could feel the upset emotions of the incubi reverberate in the room, but I couldn't change my mind. I had too much going on in my life to let them stay, no matter how much I wanted them to.
It was a pleasure to have served you, beautiful lady.
No, I don't want them to leave. It was hard watching each boy turn away from me for the last time. I stood there waiting for them all to leave the lobby.
I guess this is goodbye. Yeah. Have a good one.
No! I stuck to my guns. I knew I was making the right choice.
Thank you for having us, miss. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't want them to
Goodbye.
leave. As Damien left my side, I finally let in air that I was denying into my body inside. Life returned to normal, well, as normal as it could be. However, I was smarter and wiser than before. I knew of things beyond humanity now. I had come to learn about the boys and about the existence of the supernatural. I wasn't blind to what was beyond human life. Learning of this made me more open-minded. I nodded to myself before heading into my room, closing the door and mentally allowing the reality of the situation to sink in. Tomorrow I had school. No devils to kidnap me, no incubi to wake up with. Went to bed at night, accepting and not regretting anything. I'm regretting it! Someone get the caramel. An achievement? Or so I had hoped.
You are an interesting creature.
What the hell? I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a very slight smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
So this isn't the end of it? Could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move and fight her off. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement.
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes, but that can't be all that you have going for you.
What the fuck? Okay, so I'm actually going to leave this halfway because I thought this was gonna end, but I guess maybe not. God, what the fudge? But this, so I hate leaving this like half through a possibly kidnapping scene, but the episode is getting a bit long and I don't think this is gonna end right now, so till next time. Holy fudge, what the hell?